Hello, Tim from Fairplay Now on the 27th of July 2023. So, I've got a couple of recommendations for you today. A couple of newsletters that I think you will find extremely valuable. But before I tell you about those, there's just you might think when you watch these videos that I'm quite well informed. I've got quite a lot of insight into a lot of what's going on in the freedom movement and all of the issues that concern us. I wouldn't say I'm a total authority on it, but I think I'm better informed than perhaps many people are out there, and therefore one of the roles I see with these videos is to pass on information that I get on to you. But that doesn't mean that I'm coming up with this information. And it's the old saying, isn't it? If I can see further, it's only because I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. And that means I get some really, really good information from some very, very good, credible sources. And the first one, I'm going to reveal to you a couple of my, two of my secret weapons, as it were. I think I've talked about these sources before, but not much. But I get a lot of credible information from them, and by giving them to you, I'm kind of giving away some of my secrets here, really. But I don't really care. It's all, I'm here to help you to find the best information out there. So the first publication, which I highly recommend to you, is The White Rose. And I think their website, I've got it here, it's just The White Rose, www.thewhiterose.uk. Not .co.uk, just .uk, but I'll leave a link to it in the description box below there. And they've got a newsletter. You'll see the sign up thing on the right hand side of their homepage once you get on there. And every week you will get a roundup of all of the main stories within the freedom movement. It's a really good, they kind of condense it all down into a nice little area, and there's normally about sort of 7, 8, 9, 10 stories there which you can scroll down, and any that you haven't sort of heard about, just catch up with them. And that is a fantastic source of information. Now, the other resource is, there's a guy called Rob Clark. Now, he's been a truther, or however you want to describe it, for about 15 years. So he's been awake for way, way longer than I have, and way, way longer than maybe you have been as well. Many of us just became awake and aware in 2020 when the nonsense started. But there's quite a lot of people out there, which may well be you as well, who have been awake way, way longer than that. And Rob Clark, he puts out a newsletter. I think it's pretty much every Tuesday or Wednesday around that time of week, and I can highly recommend it. It's fantastic, and it's quite topical. Again, he'll give a bit of a roundup of what's been going on over the last week with his insights and opinions on it. And unlike The White Rose and other such things where it's a bit kind of dry and serious, Rob's got this really entertaining, humorous, witty sort of writing style, which is really entertaining. It's a really light read, a light-hearted read as well, even though he's often talking about extremely serious stuff, of course. But he's got a good sense of humour, and you need a sense of humour, don't you, when you're dealing with all of this stuff? Otherwise, if I didn't have a sense of humour, I wouldn't have got through the last 3 years, I don't think, in one piece. But he's really great, and I think you'll enjoy his newsletter. And I've been getting it for about 2 years now, and I don't think I've missed reading a single issue or hardly any issues. I read them all pretty much religiously, and whereas a lot of newsletters I'm subscribed to, even the White Rose actually, I don't read every single one of theirs, but Rob's I read every single one, and I can't really give it any more praise or recommendation than that, really, can I? It's well worth subscribing to. Now, Rob's pretty old school. He's got no websites, he's got no Facebook, he's got no YouTube, nothing like that. All he's got is his email and this newsletter which he sends out by email. So you've literally got to email him and ask him to get onto his newsletter. So I'll leave you his email address in the description box below, so you'll have to kind of copy and paste that into your email thing and fire him off an email saying, mention me, mention Tim from Fair Play Now, and that you want to get onto his newsletter list, and he'll then basically manually put you onto it. So he's an old school guy, so you've got to do it like that, but it's well worth the extra bit of effort to do that. I can highly recommend it. And just as another recommendation, I said in yesterday's video, I've done a couple of interviews recently. The first one I did, which I actually be talking about second just because of editing things, that will be tomorrow, but Rob Clark was the second guy I interviewed a couple of nights ago, and we had a really good chat for about 45-50 minutes, and I thought the interview was really good, and he revealed some really interesting stuff. So I can't actually put it on this platform. I thought I was going to. I didn't think he said anything that contentious when I was talking to him, but when I was editing the talk, I thought, oh blimey, he's sort of saying this and saying that, which this platform probably won't like. But it's on my site. It's also on my Rumble channel. But I'll leave a link to my website below here, fairplaynow.net/must, and you go into that and you will see his interview pretty much at the top. It won't be quite totally at the top, but probably one down from the top. More on that in a second. But watch my interview with Rob Clark, sign up to his newsletter, and I think you'll find it all very, very interesting. Very, very interesting guy. Well worth it. So, like I said, that might not be totally at the top because I've made another video which again can only go on my Rumble and my website. So it'll be on the same thing, just above Rob's interview. So it'll be, as I say, fairplaynow.net/must. And right at the top is a video, and basically what I think I'm going to do is just give a list of my compelling reasons why I took the decision to not have a particular thing a couple of years ago, even though at one stage it was looking like it could have extremely serious consequences for me by taking that decision. But I was willing to stick to my guns no matter what. I don't care how far it might have gone. I was absolutely determined to stick to my decision, and it's not because I'm crazy like people were saying that I was, and perhaps saying that you were for making a similar decision. It's because I saw some extremely compelling things that made me come to the decision I did. And what I'm doing is making a series of videos, probably depends on how well this first one goes down, but the very first one goes into corruption, basically. So I think you might find that interesting. You'll see it at the top, but yeah, a series of compelling reasons is probably what I'll call it, or that's basically what it is. So do go and check that out as well. So there's a fair few things for you to check out, all be in the description box below. The White Rose and their newsletter from there, Rob Clark's email, my interview with Rob Clark, and then that other interview video of mine that will both be on my website. So let you go and check those things out, and I'll be back soon. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.